looking for something, Aunt?
Men like this only respect two things.
Fuck you, I told...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green bank...
When did she...
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he...
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now...
A small temple.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Make way for the master poet.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shed.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and posters cover the small windows in the back. You can't make out what's on them. The door is locked.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from... This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days. You see a heavy steel door with a You see the door. You see. before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water. Slowly, it must be cold and lonely. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez?
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely...
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. The logo is too deep in the murky water.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on... Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, clearly. Let's wait for the low tide.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the hinges creak and nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. The tune on your lips forms a strange, yet undeniably beautiful contrast. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, two birds on a wire whistle. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Serlite.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. It is a simple and rugged machine. Yes, 41.
It's as if he knows what it stands. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
A precinct, yes.
A massive pit. Oh, no. Just nope. Say no.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this. I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal. You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn. That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few... well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 of the vehicles.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular...
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. Of whom? I don't think so. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
The lieutenant adjusts. There is also a fourth, more precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage.
Yes, let's go take a look. Yes?
your hands you hold 16 indeed. The book is unusual. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to the back cover is dominant. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from the Yugo-Grad riots took place from 27 to 29. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, it would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoned. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka poly. She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosno. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly as life leaves their remains between the soil sheets. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings. This is either an ominous or my money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine.
How else are you going to build something? It's always in... Take the legal documents out of the envelope. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
I should have seen it. Evrard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Police badge on which you see the photo.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information. You see a photo, a name. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. Good choice. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression. Although it looks, the badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give...
A name like armor.
Why? It's a cool name.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you Officer. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching...
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Yefreitor. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good. Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then kings like satellite officers, and
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
you are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be... No, I've been putting up with you because despite it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He trusts you, for now. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive pay.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem...
You're pretty sure you weren't. A lot can happen in 4 months. Especially in winter.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says, it's a tough station to work in. You have...
It's no wonder you are like you are, Heath.
But then again, it's a legendary district and a hell of a station to...
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, the badge in your... Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Huh? Sarcastic self-pity is not... I understand the situation.
You have a home somewhere. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles.
In this yard,
He's assessing the situation.
someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur. For cheap. A black bloc. A part of the city left unrenovated.
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Yes, for you to pick up.
It's not meant.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder.
There's no way to listen to the tape, but even just holding the tape, a pawn shop. Worn and beaten.
You can read.
You stop mid-step.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle! This isn't even about that! This is about so much more than regular alcohol!
The noxious odor emanating from the...
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call... Uh-huh.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. You're not going to get anything out of this guy.
Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups. He snorts and...
Don't call Abigail!
There's no use in you.
The drunk man starts...
Don't you fucking... Don't!
There was little chance he'd be a reliable.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you good. These people know your true name.
I like this guy! You should too! He respects you! by calling you your true name.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that sadly things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land? Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddy.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it in Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
We are saving the...
Please! Please don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to... So now it's it's you. We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Aha.
Tequila sunset.
You think you feel bad now. Wait till you...
No. You need...
Let me take a sip to moisten... Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the word on the street is, you went around the local...
It is... The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks. Either way, it was a late Saturday night.
Oh, yes you do, Bratushka! The only...
One moment we hear the sound of a motor.
Do you remember this?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. Anyway, there was a brief silence. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time! So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things." Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty. We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name. I'm not sure. I think you... Yeah, I agree. Ours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then how they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real...
Wow. That...
Yeah, I bet tequila's a fucking legend.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been...
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through beside your gun and your badge. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor car. You told us that they were a bunch of
It's more like you were...
No specifics, though. It was... Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone...
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they...
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine... I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes... You kept apologizing for being such a bad... You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. It depends, really.
You might get scammed here.
No, the reality of this booze. Did you already... So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me. In that case, I'm not a storyteller. Wonderful. Interesting. Ah, this is...
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging. 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours. It did. But now dreams are worn thin. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to...
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels encircling his eyes are...
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different... I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation... Wet, okay? It was raining. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down.
No, you don't.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment. I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Heavy is the head that wears the...
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my Anyway, long story short, life spiraled. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Yeah, maybe I've but what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Good fucking question, Tequila. I used to own my reality situation. My business buddy. Now I can't hang on to anything.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can... If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. My agency, man. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our... I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing...
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
I know. It was fucking awesome. What? You've never seen 100%? Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably...
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel... Randomized trials have also found lycra. And then there's the smell.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feed.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right... My fellow members of the
Hey!
Shut the fuck up,
I thought he was a...
A gurgling sound comes from the...
And yeah, you're already acquainted with it. I'm all ears, Tequila. What's in a name?
Hey, Spiral Boy.
Shut up, guys. I was once a reasonably high... I developed... But now, one day... So I made my way... just then... But when... So, now you've heard my But...
Truly, he has the soul of an art.
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. if you catch my drift. Then I can't keep on telling the story. You too.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years though. It'll be...
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I've got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap.
See? There it is, Bratushka! It's our end game! Bratan, you don't understand! It's not... You have to buy it from him! Get it off him! Kill him!
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary, suspiciously.
Hi, by amphetamine, I mean speed. Good, my man. Oh, you see, bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me.
The hook, where is it? I can't see it.
Hook 'em and cook 'em, huh? You want to buy something? Let's see, friend. It's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his...
What? This guy...
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Oh, this is medicinal.
He ain't shitting you!
I got one of those scientific ampoules a few... Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it. Yeah, you thought right. Don't even try to sneak anything past old Rosemary here. I got all senses locked on you, buddy boy. So what will it be? Aye, that's what I said just now.
You acted with great compassion and dignity, not taking advantage of this man. Praise thine honourable heart.
300 real and it's yours, as promised. Ben finally came to your senses, buddy boy. Ain't nobody else gonna give you a price like that. Had to let life squeeze you to get that, huh? Sure, friend. A bottle of high-quality spirits coming right up. That'll be... Just make sure to enjoy that one.
Bratan, I am so proud! Just wait for my son.
Soon. The time will come soon.
In the civilized...
The scruffy-haired little boy, the other one, looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if...
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother...
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting any...
The kids don't...
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad. Yes. They look the same. They look identical. Oh.
Where did you get this?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek in an empty house.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for...
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
You're not sure about the melody, but it...
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. I still have a golden ear. Come. Oh, welcome, police officer.
We are not here to...
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of Trouble then. No, not you personally. He was boarding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. That's exactly how we get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not. My kids grew up and left like we do. The house is long empty. Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. I can see that. Everyone can see you think well of yourself. Now, are you interested or not? Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He's a little relieved you're no...
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Gratan.
Just us. It's bad. This is pretty much a known place.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
The lack of wealth is the
Riddles fits with the general ambiance.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this. Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Over there, you can find more of the same. An old military hospital and its surroundings. After the war, it was turned into a Goodwill hospital for shell shock. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. The Goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. And then there's the drunks. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face here for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried.
She nods, rinsing another.
Not much. There's the abandoned church. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around.
So, they don't hold services there.
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from a... And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church.
Interesting. You could look into this ruckus if you...
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment complex? I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, and now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them, what do you want?
That's an excellent question, ma'am.
He probably pawned it for booze and then forgot about it. Are you getting a reward for it at least? What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry.
In fact, he does.
None of my business, either way. How you spend your... Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting...
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and private. After we are done with the day, I'd still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night.
The key turns with a An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression. The bed is comfortable.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with? The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Sure. Animosity. But boys will... No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check. You would put me in a... What makes you think we haven't? The truth, that goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them.
Not bad.
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same...
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the men?
Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect... Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. Our life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy, nor she looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here. nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, also green men.
Oh, you're getting it. And it...
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle-class ones either. I wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working-class husband. Maybe I can help.
She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Remarkable. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for...
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunk.
A phenomenon that the spectral hand theory of the market fails to...
If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any. Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care. I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea...
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like... This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
And go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something. People imagine picking up and finding something better is an easy solution. But how... I don't mean to complain about my pauper life. We are warm and fed here and... Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny...
She looks at the boat, dripping with